What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. Hope everybody's doing well out there on this Sunday evening. I'm doing well myself. Hope everybody's had a nice, pleasant weekend as well. I came across this story right here, and as usual, it's just full of injustice. You understand? For this sister right here, it says, was a woman sentenced to 5 years for sending her son to a better school? Images contrasting the sentencing of white swimmers with that of homeless mother Tonya McDowell depicted perceived inequality in the criminal justice system. And it is. It is, if that's all it was all about. That's ridiculous. You know, it says here, what? College athletes were sentenced lightly for serious crimes, while a homeless mother was sentenced to 5 years in prison for enrolling her son in the wrong Connecticut school. See, they don't want, our people to have the education that they get. See, they want breadcrumbs for us. That's just like the situation with this Felicity Huffman. 14 days for what she did. You understand? 14 days. With that college scandal. That was a mock trial. Then you got not only this sister right here, that Tonya McDowell. You understand? You got Crystal Mason, who was given also 5 years for voting while on supervised release from prison. 5 years? That's criminal in itself. It's criminal what they're doing to both of them. It was criminal that they gave Felicity Huffman only 14 days. 2 weeks, in a cushy ass so-called jail, right? And I'm telling y'all this too. If you like John Legend, look up what he said in Felicity Huffman's defense. You may not like him so much thereafter. You know what I mean? See, but they're gonna look out for those subs simply because they want to make sure that they stay in with them. But you'll never be with them. You shouldn't even want to be anyway. You'll never be really in with them. See, because once, they get, tired of you and use you up for whatever it is, their purpose, they're going to get rid of your ass anyway. Concoct some lies on you. Next thing you know, you'll be in these sisters' shoes and what she's going through. Like I said, Crystal Mason. But to get into this story, in mid-August 2016, social media outrage over the light sentencing of college athlete David Becker, who was sentenced to 2 years probation over sexual assault charges, led to the recirculation of images about a woman named Tonya McDowell, who was convicted of first-degree larceny for sending her child to the wrong school district. And as it says right here, I guess this guy, emo, sexual, but it says this is white privilege, sexism, racism on so many fucked up levels. What the fuck is wrong with the system? The system is criminal. That's what's wrong with it. It's ran by criminals, with degrees. That's basically what it is run by. See, I just did a story about the cheerleader, who had her baby and actually killed the baby and buried it in the backyard, her parents' backyard, underneath some flower pots or some shit. You understand? Guess what? She only got probation, 3 years probation for that shit. See? But you got this lady right here, just want her child to get a better education. You understand? And used a friend's address or whoever, for the child to go to that school in that district. And look, she's facing she's got 5 years for that. See, that's bullshit. But to continue, McDowell was arrested and charged with first-degree larceny and conspiracy to commit first-degree larceny in April 2011. After she allegedly falsified a residency affidavit and enrolled her young son at a Connecticut school. Initial reports describe the arrest as an extreme and troubling outlier with respect to the severity of the charge levied. On Facebook, users contrasted the respective sentence of Becker, and the swimmer Brock Turner, who received a 6 months jail sentence after he was convicted of sexually assaulting an unconscious woman and was released after only serving 3 months. With McDowell's mimetic circumstances expressing frustrations at what they considered to be justice clearly applied unfairly. After McDowell's arrest was nationally reported, outrage issued, and a petition was established online calling for the charges against her to be dropped. But larceny wasn't the only charge McDowell faced. In 2011, she was arrested again, this time on suspicion of attempting to sell drugs to an undercover police officer, a prostitute. Well, then get her for that, if that's true. But this shit about, with this larceny, with the kid, nah, that's bullshit. If that's what it is, then what's this shit about, giving her 5 years for, sending the kid to a better school? That don't add up. But to continue, McDowell was sentenced to 5 years in prison and 5 years probation after being convicted of first-degree larceny in the school case as part of her plea deal struck with prosecutors. Had she not taken the deal, McDowell could have faced decades in prison. At the time of her sentencing, her attorney David Crossland expressed happiness with the resolution in the case. The McDowell case was raised again in 2019 in comparison to the celebrity college admission scandal as an example of perceived unequal sentencing meted out according to class and race, although most failed to take into account that McDowell's sentencing was the result of a plea bargain in which she was given a lighter sentence than the other could have faced had she proceeded to trial. Yeah, they always got some kind of way to explain away they bullshit. That's what this all boils down to, you see. If that's the case, Felicity Huffman should get decades in prison instead of 14 days, But, y'all can do all this bullshit right now. Like I said, all you want. Unjust, inequality and shit like that towards our people and everything. But the tables will turn. They're going to turn. The word of the Most High says it will. And when it does, let me just tell you this. There'll be no 357, no 9mm, no Glock, whatever. You know what I mean? To stick in your mouth and blow your fucking back of the brains out. There'll be none of that. You're going to have to face this, you know what I mean, when the tables turn. You won't be able to escape with death is what I'm saying. See? When the roles be reversed. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this story right here. I'm interested in hearing y'all thoughts and opinions and views on it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And always remember to live your life as you are being watched. Because we are. This is James and I'm out. Peace.